Won't you come and talk with me? Make sure you bring your tea. We can talk about movies. Hello, hi everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of Tea Breaks with Dagg. Getting lost with all these. I'd like to introduce today's guest, the woman who is the best party planner I've ever known. Unfortunately, my next door neighbour, unfortunately for her, my next door neighbour for 3 years in a row, Mrs. Sarah Marriott. Hello.
Hey.
Welcome. So, obviously, before we get started, do you have anything for your tea break?
I do. I have a nice cup of Yorkshire tea.
Yes, yeah.
In my ex-mug.
I was meant to say that during the intro, and I chickened it. The woman who I owe like 1,612 tea bags to. Technically, it wasn't me. It was my mum. I just want to point that out because we went to go make a cup of tea and there was no tea bags, and the 1,000 tea bags had gone. And
They'd gone.
Yes. I also have Yorkshire tea in my uncle mug.
Nice.
Do you have any biscuits with you today?
Well, until I went to the tub, I didn't realise that I was down to like my last two.
Your last two biscuits. Okay.
And you know what I'm like with biscuits.
Yep.
So I've gone for a mixture. So I've got an Aldi bourbon.
Okay, a bourbon, chocolate bourbon. Hopefully you can spell it correctly this time.
And then I've got a shortbread.
Oh, shortbread's that's a nice change. It's something else.
That's what I could find.
So far.
I thought I had more. But you know what I'm like with my biscuits, so...
Well, you're like me in first year where I just bought a pack of hobnobs every day and just tried them. They were terrible. I have some nice Maryland cookies. I have 5 of them this week, yes. Double chocolate, the purple wrapper, obviously. Yeah. Okay, so before we get into the questions, I just want to say, when I think of me and you in films, there is so many stories with them all. Like, from, I don't know what, the week after Freshers, where we all just piled into your room, and you were the entertainment room. From year 2 hand-in, and you maybe watched Bridget Jones's 1 and 2 on repeat for about 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Sick of that film now. See it on Netflix. I'm like, no, go away. And she should have got with Hugh Grant, not Colin Firth. Just saying.
Oh.
I'm on that side. From making me go, you and Sophie making me go and watch the Minions. Yeah. We watched some terrible films. Get Smart was another one, if I remember. It's just a bit. You made us watch Hitch probably twice a year.
We watched that with Alex, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, we had a lot of film time, me and you, during university.
We did.
Hence
why we got doing work as well, but we didn't.
We got all the work done, and we got amazing grades. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. We didn't spend our time watching films and chatting and gossiping. There was none of that. It was all study. Okay, so I just want to say thank you very much. I actually don't think I've ever said thank you for hosting me so many times during university watching films. So we're going with question 1, nice and easy. Sarah, what is your favourite film and why?
Okay, you might have the same reaction to Jordan's last answer for this. I've gone with my childhood favourite film.
Which is
Chicken Run.
Oh, yeah, you made us watch Chicken Run so many times as well. Yes.
It is my fave.
Your favourite film?
That is my favourite film.
Why is Chicken Run your favourite film?
I think I watched it when I was it came out 20 years ago. I looked.
Oh, Jesus.
So I was 6.
I was also 6.
Yeah, you were also 6 as well.
I was all.
And it was, what happened? I watched it, and then I went on holiday and came out with like Chicken Run trainers. I was 6.
It's so cute. Chicken Run. Oh.
And then I think it was on like 3 Christmases in a row after that, and then ever since then it was just like my Christmas morning film that I had to watch because it's only like an hour and a half long, and it's a film I watched when, like, I don't know. Do you know those films you watch when you're like ill in bed?
Yep. Yeah. Star Wars is that for me.
Yeah, it's one of them, and it's just I can't think of anything else where I know it so well.
So I played Chicken Run the game on the original PlayStation. Like, I loved that game, and I swear I haven't thought of that film until I met you at uni. So what, 2013? Like, years later, and it was like, oh, do you want to watch Chicken Run? And I was like, that is a pick out of the year. Yes, Mr. George Clooney, the sexy rooster. You know?
Yes, rooster.
Making to chicken pies, bless him.
I know.
Oh, that's just such a great pick, and I'm glad you picked Chicken Run. Fond memories of that film with you. Okay, we'll move on to question 2, which is if you could feature in a film, what would it be, and possibly why?
Okay, I've gone down the animated route again,
and
I've gone for Monsters University.
Okay, that would be cool. So not Monsters Inc. Why have you chose Monsters University necessarily?
Because you know all the games they do when they do like the scare games?
Yeah.
They have to like run through the caves and they get hit with those pink balls, and they have to do the library thing and she turns into a big... I just want to do all the games. That is the reason why. I want to do all the games and just, that was the only reason why.
Our university time, you didn't want to do any work, you just wanted to play games and get a degree at the end.
Yeah, great. That's what I wanted to do. That is the only reason I went to uni. I was like, oh yes, play games. But that is, and I've watched it so many times. I've watched it with Poppy, like my niece.
Yeah.
And she, it's just up there. It's just, I'd love to do all the games. That's the only reason why I want to feature it.
So if you were going to be a monster in the Monsters Inc. universe, Pixar, what kind of monster would you be? Give us a kind of description of what you think you look like.
So this also kind of relates to you as well.
Okay, that's not good. Why do I look like a monster? What's about that?
Right, because
go on.
Because we were housemates for so long. Do you know the one that's got like one body but two heads?
Right. Yes. It's quite skinny and like technically yes.
I think me and you would be great.
Am I the other head? No.
Yeah, you're great.
Why am I the other head?
Because you were like my roommate for like 3 years, so we went through stuff together, like films as well. Like, so that would be my pick. You were stuck with me, unfortunately.
Sometimes I imagine that poor person, right? Do you know, who's picking out all the names out of the hat, like who's living with who, and like, oh yeah, Mr. Michael Dagg, Mrs. Sarah Marriott, and I'm like, that dude stuck us two together for 3 years. He didn't have a Scooby what he was doing. So
you know, what's her name in the film as well? It's Squishy's mum.
Oh.
And she's the one who takes them to like, she's the one who picks them up and they get caught at the factory or something, and they all have to run away, and they all like jump in the car, and she's like, have you all got your seatbelts on? Have you all got this? And that's what I was in 3rd year for you and Alex. Have you got this? Have you got that?
We're going on a night out. Taxi's here. Have you got this? You got that? Dagg, you got to make sure you've got your passport for ID, yeah?
Yeah, that was it. And that's why I love it, because it just reminds me of like decent times.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so one last little quick question before we do move on. Do you prefer Monsters Inc. or Monsters University? Which is
Monsters University.
Do you? Ooh, controversial. We can get on that topic another time. Maybe once the video ends, we can have a little cheeky debate. And we'll move on to film 3, which is, what is an underrated film that everyone should check out? So what in your eyes is an underrated film?
So I thought this was underrated until I looked at it the other day and realised that it's like won Golden Globes and BAFTAs. Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Jordan picked Whiplash. Even though it is an Oscar-nominated film, he reckons not enough people have watched it.
So mine's 12 Years of a Slave.
Yeah, okay. The reason I may have pulled a slight face is because, yes, I have not watched it. I know all about it, and it's just a film that eluded me, and I never got the chance to watch it. But okay, so as a person who hasn't seen it, why don't you try and convince me, and not even try and convince me because I know the subject matter, it's quite heavy. Tell the audience why you think people should check it out.
Well, I only watched it 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's on Netflix, and we were looking for a film to watch, and we were, oh, it's won a few awards, like, let's go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it, didn't know anything about it. And yeah, it is heavy, but I think it's more like powerful because you realise it did actually happen.
Yeah, it's
so well like written and so well put together. Like there's bits where it's just periods of silence, but the picture is like so powerful. You don't really need any words.
Yeah. So it's on a scale of 1 to 10, how highly would you put the star rating on it?
I'd say it's definitely a good 8.
Okay, so it's worth definitely people for checking out.
It's a film you've got to be like in the mood for.
Okay.
That makes sense. So it's like, if you want a comedy, it's not that. If you want like a rom-com, it's definitely not that. Like, it's a film where it's like, I think it's like 2 hours long or something like that. So it's pretty a lengthy thing.
So, for your attention span, you did well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you as well. Like, that is the other thing. It took a while, but there's one bit where they beat a slave up.
Yeah.
And they timed the tree. But there's no word said for about 5 minutes on the film. It's just that.
That's brutal.
But it's just like, all you need is that image. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need anything else. And it's just, it's really. I looked the other day when it came out, and it was 2013.
Yeah. So we were.
And that was when Frozen came out. Monsters University came out. I think Iron Man came out. One of the Iron Mans came out in that year. The third one, maybe.
Maybe. I'm trying to think back to 2013. It might have been a little bit earlier than that. But yeah, it's well, I mean, like the month-wise, not year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it is something that I did kind of want to check out one time. I think I got to a point where I was like, I've not seen it for so long, and I'm just not going to check out because I've heard so much about it from other people who said it's great. Yeah. I kind of feel like I know. It doesn't. I guess that doesn't make it like I've seen the film.
No.
And maybe I should definitely check it out. So it's worth a watch from your eyes. And if you enjoyed it, I think, like, not enjoyment as in you enjoy, I don't know, Bridget Jones, let's say. But if you got something from it, I'm pretty sure I'd enjoy it too. So thank you very much. I might have a little cheeky check out of that. Your mum got an S on it?
Yes, it has.
For Superman, yeah?
Yeah, Superman, yeah. That's Superman or Spider-Man, doesn't matter which one.
Oh, yeah. Well, Superman's synonymous with a big S on his chest. But we'll move on to question 4. What is the best scene in a film?
It is the Avengers.
Oh, okay. Right.
And it is Endgame.
Ooh, hello.
And it is the end scene, but it's a particular part in the end scene. And it's where Peter Parker has the glove.
Okay.
And Captain Marvel comes down and she's like, hey, Peter Parker, have you got something for me? And she takes the glove. And then, like, all of them are coming at her. And I think he says something like, how are you going to get through that? And then all the girls come down.
Yeah, the Lady Avengers, let's put them, all the women within Marvel. Yeah.
The Lady Avengers all come down and they all just stand still. And I think it's one of the girls from the army from Wakanda says, she was like, I don't know how you pronounce that, I've guessed that, if that's right, I'm not sure.
Yep.
And she was like, don't worry, she's got us. And they all just like group and then they all just charge and yeah. It's
a nice scene, and right at the end, Wasp kind of expands and they all kind of run together. So this is going to sound terrible. The first time I watched it, I was a raging male geek, like, why have they done this? This is like, it was good. Oh my god, that sounds so bad to say out loud. I admitted it, but my thought was, it wouldn't make sense in context of battle. As in, they all just turn up at one spot and there is no males. That sounds so pathetic to say out loud. But that was what my thinking the first time I watched it, okay? And then when I literally watched it like 3 days later, and I was like, yeah, that was a quality scene. It gives screen time to people who necessarily don't see it. And having spoken to various younger females, that sounds so weird to say. I do not mean it like that. Okay. So if we take one of my nieces, for instance, I think she enjoyed that part of the scene more than most of the actual fighting parts of the scene. So when you look, take it in context, it hits different people. So different people have different enjoyments of different moments of the film. So that is a perfect little scene. And what were you thinking or enjoying about the scene as you're watching it?
I think it was like more of I think it was like, what was happening? Because I'd gone to watch it because I hadn't watched any Avengers Marvel movies until I came to uni.
And you met me. Hello.
You actually took me to my first Avengers movie.
Age of Ultron, I think.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I watched, and then we watched Guardians of the Galaxy together, like literally all of them.
Yeah.
And I came back and we watched it I watched Endgame and I watched Infinity War with some girls from work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was the fact that I was just with the girls who I work with, and we were just like, yeah, that's a decent scene. Like we all kind of looked at each other like, yeah, that's decent.
It is. It's a nice point of the film where, like I say, there are characters that are overshadowed just by other people, other parts, and it's nice because you don't necessarily see Captain Marvel, who is this big superhero. She can defeat everybody, and she comes in towards the end, and then there's that moment where like everyone, it's a kind of a homage to Infinity War, where there's three of them. Is it three? Yeah, it's three of them. They're kind of fighting with Scarlet Witch, and they're trying to protect her. It's like a little homage to that, but done so much better. And there's more ladies we can pay off. Yeah, great little moment. Hey, who would have thought that you'd have chosen a Marvel film?
I know.
We have had two answers from the actual Avengers Assembly and everyone assembling. So I'm glad, A, you picked Avengers film, but B, you picked a slightly different moment, which is always nice to think about. We'll move on to question 5, which was, what movie moment made you fall in love with film? Hashtag TBWD. Let's get that patent pending, yeah?
So mine is in Dunkirk.
Okay, right.
And it's the bit where I'm guessing you say captain is on, I think he's on the pier, and he looks through the binoculars and can see all the little boats like on the horizon coming in, and all of them just start to like come in, and they're all like different shapes and sizes, and everyone starts cheering. And I don't know, it's like, I think it's only like 2 minutes. It literally is like 2 minutes, but I think it was more powerful for me because after the film, because I went to watch it with my dad, and after it, my dad was like, "Oh, your granddad was on that beach." I was like, "What?"
Yeah, wow.
And it, like, even though it's a sad film, but it's a true film, and it's like it touches you. But before I went in, I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know. I just watched it as a film because I was just like, yeah, like it looks decent. Like, let's go. But it, like, and then I think when you know that someone that you were related to was there as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
But it's literally, I think what makes it more is when the captain looks through binoculars, then he takes them down, and then the pans the boats, and they come back to him, and he's got tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
Just like, we're out of this, like we're gonna get home, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that is my.
No, that's a great pick, and we've had some people and other people who have spoke to me about films relate films to, like, not just family members, but moments of their life that they can recall. Or they can 100%. Relate to family members, and it's really nice when films can pay that slight tribute and make you think of moments like that. That's really nice. That's something I didn't know, even though I've known you for 7 years now. Huh?
Well, I didn't know. Like, it only came out like 3 years ago. It's not an old film at all, and yeah, it was just like, you just said it as like a passing comment, and I was just like, what? Like, after all of that, and it was just like, yeah. And it's just like, just makes you think as well. And then, because I was like, when you asked me, I was like, I can't really think of like a scene,
Yeah.
like it really like pivots. But then I was like, well, that one like made me cry and everything. But it was like, it wasn't like a sad cry. It was like not a happy cry, but it was like, oh wow, that actually happened. Like
a powerful emotional moment. That's really nice.
yeah.
That's really nice to know and hear. I didn't want to watch it for one reason. I've obviously seen it now since, but it was Harry Styles, obviously. Come on. He had everything already. He had all the girls, all the music, all the money, and like, stay away from my films. You can't act. And
Yeah, that's true. Actually. I didn't think he was very good in it.
I was about to say the opposite. He proved me wrong. I thought he was better than. Well, I don't think he was mind blowing amazing, but he was better than I expected him to be. And yeah, no, don't care. These are some left field answers. I thought, Aristocats was going to pop up. I generally thought.
That's always close, yeah.
I generally thought Hitch and stuff were going to pop up. This is, I love how serious you've taken this and thought about different answers. Lovely. We'll move on to question 6, where the Aristocats might pop up. What is the best song in a film?
Mine is Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
In what film?
It's been in a few.
Yes, I was going to say it's well used.
Quite a few, yeah. And it's in Guardians of the Galaxy because it's the last scene.
Going back to Marvel, well, are we?
I know. And it's because it plays after he opens the letter from his mum.
Yes, yeah.
And gets the second tape. And it just started playing. I was just like, and I love the song anyway, but it was more of like, because it was meant from his mum, it was more like a homely one, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely mine.
I remember when I went to do the Great North Run, and I asked everyone for tracks to play on my run so I could think about people as I'm running, and that was the track that you chose for me. And yeah, I actually forgot it was in Guardians. Even though I have the soundtrack, I listen to it at least monthly, like all the way through. And yeah, I've completely wiped that it was in the film. Yeah, and that is a part of the emotional part of the film that it's kind of related to. We watched Guardians too many times, me and you.
It's a good film though. Like the first one was, yeah.
The first one blew me away because I remember Mitch. Do you remember Mitch? He showed me the ad, and I was like, "Got a talking raccoon, mate. Get lost. I don't want to watch this rubbish." Right? And we went to go and watch it, and it blew me away. And I think, especially second year, third term, we must have watched that, no to lie, about 20 times within a week and a half.
It was like our go-to film, wasn't it? It was, yeah. It's definitely good, definitely up there. And I just like, I think like connecting it back to like Endgame, which is, when Thor's like, "This is my mate and it's tree," and I'm just like, yeah. I don't know. It just kind of all connected. I was just like, oh, it's just like one little line.
You want to do it. I am good.
I'm good. Yeah, it makes me laugh.
We'll move on to our final question, Mister, which is, what film does everyone love but you don't?
Okay, I did have one, but Mr. Tom Stone stole my answer.
What, Harry Potter? Yeah. Well, you can also choose Harry Potter if you like, but you can also have
another one.
Okay.
That you might not like.
If you say Star Wars, I swear to God, I'm going to just close the laptop and we're done. Right? I can't have two people in the trot say Star Wars. No.
No, one is Harry Potter and the other is Lord of the Rings.
So why this question came into TBWD Dagg is because Dan, my very first guest, he hates Lord of the Rings too. And I'm like, just don't get it. It is probably one of the best trilogies that has ever made, and I will fight anybody on that. Take a deep breath. Please tell me why, in your unpopular and very wrong opinion, you think Lord of the Rings is not that good, please.
Okay, so I remember in the first year of uni.
Yep.
You tried to make me watch it, and I did. And I watched the first one, and I fell asleep halfway through.
Yep.
I watched the second one in the common room, and me and Sophie fell asleep halfway through.
Yep.
And then I think you tried to make me watch the first one again. And I think I said no. And then you said we watched something else. And then I think it ended up being Lord of the Rings. And I generally think I fell asleep again.
The worst kind of human falling asleep during films that somebody else is trying to show you. It's brutal. It's horrible. Hurts me deep down in here. Just because you fell asleep doesn't make it not a good film. Okay.
I don't know. I think it's the same as Harry Potter. Like, everyone was mad about it. And I tried with Harry Potter and it just failed.
Yeah.
I watched the first one and then everyone was hyped about the second one. And then my brother read all the books and my dad was like, do you want to do it? And I went, no. And it just didn't, like, I've never just, people are like, oh my God, like, I've watched like all of them in one day. And I'm like, how? How have you done that?
I can watch maybe 2 in one day, and that's me kind of done for a good month or so. I spoke this with Tom in depth about the Harry Potter stuff, but Lord of the Rings is slightly different because it's about a group of different people of all different origins coming together to destroy one common evil, and it's just from there the fellowship. Don't get me wrong, okay, the fellowship might be a bit tedious if you're not into fantasy films. It is heavily steeped, lovely shot, written, acted. It is fantastic. Okay, but if you're not into fantasy, you might not be a bit bored. But then the second and third one so unfortunately, if you watch the first one, you get this connection. You should anyway. You should get a connection. And when you go to watch the second one, and the Battle of Helm's Deep is just hands down the best battles. It's better than Avengers, right? It is just better than Avengers. Avengers is a fantastic. I love it, right? I can't praise enough. But Helm's Deep, like how it's actually filmed and each little scene and how it all connects and how the longevity of the scene, so much better, right? So much better. And then Return of the King, you get 2. You get 2 of them. The only thing about Return of the King, which is a bit weird, is Legolas and a big elephant, as they call them there. Yeah, he slides down it and it looks so CG'd, and maybe the ghosts look a bit CG. We don't care about that, okay? We don't. No. We go through a journey, and it's.
I think it's just. But I remember as well when you tried to make us watch them. It wasn't even like it was late. It wasn't even like. And to be fair,
I remember the common room one. It was about 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, common room. I was gone by 9:30. Yeah. Like, I even think I got up and was like, Sophie was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "To bed." Like, I'm not watching this. Like, this is ridiculous.
It's so unfortunately some people are just too close-minded to appreciate good films. I'm joking. Okay, that's the beauty of film. We're all allowed to like things and dislike other things. But yes, you're totally wrong with Lord of the Rings. Okay. Oscar winning the best trilogy of at least my lifetime. Easily my lifetime. Okay? Easy. Hands down. There's nothing that beats it yet. And all 3 of them are in IMDb's top 200 films. Like, they're in the top, I want to say 15, maybe 20 at push. So that's how good.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't really go off IMDb's. Like, but that's just another point of pointing out, okay? It's for people who do, right? But no, thank you very much for your time and your lovely answers. I hope you are keeping safe and well during lockdown. But before you go, we are going to put you on the break bar.
Yeah.
Somebody else can come up with a better name. Boo, boo, boo.
It needs to be longer, pal. You're getting a bit claustrophobic at the top.
Well, what I was going to do, I was going to wait till I got a couple of people and then just move them around. Like, it depends how terrible. Everyone keeps I want Dino to be higher, right? Dino's got a Twix and a coffee, which I think is pretty good. But I put him here because I was like, that's sort of a midway standard. And everyone keeps slightly beating him. So I'm just like, I might just rearrange it one time. But the worst part is nobody can actually see what I've written.
That's
so
true.
I could write anything and everyone could just be like, so we have Jordan, Bryden, Murphy, Tom Stone, Dino, Dan so far. That's how it goes.
Nice.
Oh, you have the distinct privilege of being the first female on TBWD Dagg. Welcome. I'm glad you are here. But yeah, again, me and you in films. Thank you. Absolutely loved it. The only thing I didn't love, which I wanted to talk about at the start, I forgot, was horror films.
Now, that wasn't my fault.
Yeah, but you instigated it. You would be like the ringleader, like, oh, hey, everyone, me and stuff, we're going to watch a horror film, everyone come in. And
you didn't have to watch it.
But to pretend that I wasn't scared. I had to do that thing. I don't know if anyone else does this, right? Where to make sure you break the tension and don't get scared yourself, you have to like breathe and then do the and try and scare everyone else. So to try and make them like jump and make yourself laugh. So if you do that, you can't get scared because you're like waiting for the perfect moment to jump, right? I've done that so many times at uni because I didn't want to watch the film because I didn't want to jump out like everyone else. It was brutal.
You ever watch The Conjuring? In my room.
Maybe.
It's where the lady's on the top of the wardrobe.
No. We're good. I'm good. I don't want nightmares, right? They work on me. I've got a very imaginative imagination. It runs well with me. I told my housemates the other day during this lockdown, I've watched some scene in Hannibal where a lady's hand comes from under the bed and grabs somebody. And like, I had to keep checking under my bed, make sure not under there. I'm like, I'm in lockdown. Nobody's in my room. God, crazy Dagg. We had Yorkshire tea with shortbread.
Yes.
Yeah, short. It's called short B.
Short B.
And what was your bourbon? Oh my God! How did I spell it there? I knew that was wrong. It's got a U in it somewhere apparently.
B-O-U.
B-O-U.
R-B-O-N.
R-B-O-N spells bourbon. Yes. Where do you believe you think you would like to come on the break bar?
I think because of the bourbons, I think I should go near Tom Stone.
Yeah. Do you not think you should push a little bit with a cheeky shortbread? The only thing that might let you down here is you only had 2 biscuits, right?
Wait, look, I've got 4.
Oh, okay. That might have saved you just then. So we have you. We spelled bourbon correct, people.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, as much as I love Tom, and I know he very much I appreciate he watches this series of videos. I think a Yorkshire tea beats the peach tea he had. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, he had the peach and
passion fruit.
Passion fruit.
I put PP, and I said I should remember what it was, and he's going to kill me. But I will tell him. I'll tell Tom, right? If he watches this, he's going to go above Murphy. Murphy's getting moved as well. Look at this. Murphy with Yorkshire tea and fig rolls. The only reason he went up was because he had fig roll.
But why would you have a fig roll? They're the worst biscuit.
I told him my mum eats fig rolls, and that's why it's terrible. Whatever my mum likes, you automatically know it's wrong. It's not good. I'm going to slide Murphy below Dino, so Dino with his Twix and coffee can go slightly higher. Cheeky. Tom Stone can go above Dino, and you can go above Tom Stone. So Tom to 4th, and you've moved into 3rd. Do you like party rings?
They wouldn't be my first choice, but they wouldn't be my last choice either. Like, I think if they're there, I'll eat them, but if they're not, I wouldn't pick them.
Do you know what? Welcome to 2nd place, sir.
Yeah!
Bryden, I'm so sorry. I enjoyed party rings all my life. Like, as a kid, they were a staple of British, like, kids' tea pies. But they're just not, they're not an adult biscuit to go with your tea, right? If you're at work and you go on a tea break, you don't go, oh, look, I've got party rings. Nah. Sorry, Bryden.
Oh, he's not going to be happy about that, is he?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. if he tells me off, he might get moved in a later date. But let's see what everyone else goes. Tom can go above Bryden. Here we go. Controversial.
Oh wow, you're really taking this seriously, aren't you?
Well, I wasn't happy with my list, but here we go. We have Jordan, yourself, Tom Stone, Bryden.
He's beaten the party ring.
See, the thing that saved him was he had party rings and chocolate and door. And the more I think about it, I look at this list, I examine this list, right? This is very, very serious. Chocolate Lindor is not a tea break condiment, okay?
No, it's not, is it?
No. Well, again, I want to say thank you very much. Is there anything you would like to plug? Any work that you want to, anybody you think people should check out?
No.
No? Well, thank you very much, Sarah. I really much appreciate you having you on here.
You're welcome.
University next door neighbour. Thank you very much and have a good night. And just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching and enjoy your brews.